final product too. Thank you.
Commissioner Kenny?
Thank you. I do support the final map, and I keep looking at the map that is in force right now, and I've had it by my side the whole time, and I keep thinking, is what we're doing an improvement over the existing map? And I can honestly say that I think it is an improvement. I think that the input that we got from the members of the public were extremely helpful, and I know that it was such a trial to sit through our meetings for your 60 seconds of comments. But we listened to every comment, and we read every submitted written comment, and we considered it. I've lived in Los Angeles County all of my adult life, and I've lived in each of the current 5 supervisorial districts at one time or another. And I don't necessarily agree with every single aspect of the map, but I can certainly stand up and defend this map as a whole as being beneficial for the people of Los Angeles County in being able to make their voices heard with their elected representatives. Thank you.
Anytime you're asked to draw 10 million residents into 5 and only 5 districts, it's going to be a challenge. When you also have to try to avoid dividing 88 cities, 122 unincorporated areas, and over 100 Los Angeles city neighborhoods, and dozens of communities of interest that we gathered information about over the course of many public hearings, that's an extremely challenging task. Our final map, as everyone has already said, is not perfect. There's always going to be shoulda, coulda, woulda to have been done differently. But as Commissioner Kenny said, our map, our final map, is a vast improvement, or I'm saying it's a vast improvement, major improvement over the existing map. It's more compact. It splits fewer cities and neighborhoods. It's more fair to more communities. It distributes economic assets, employers, recreational assets, cultural facilities among the various communities in a more fair and equitable fashion. I think the public can have confidence that the commission worked as hard as we reasonably could have worked to come up with this final product. For those of you who have not necessarily been following along day to day, from December 1st through 12th, we have had 7 public hearings of 4 hearings or meetings ranging from 3 to 5 hours each. That's an incredible amount of work, and that doesn't even include the work that working groups did in between and or individual commissioners who had to keeping up with the maps as they continue to be submitted day by day. We created the best map we reasonably could given the time constraints that we had. We were independent of any incumbent, any political party, any political candidate. We made every effort to be as transparent as we could be in person as we did our work. We reached out as much as we possibly could to different communities on Zoom and in person. And now we've come to the end, and I urge your yes vote on the motion to adopt the resolution.
Commissioner Mendoza?
Thank you. It's hard for me to believe that a year has gone by. We embarked on an imperfect process. We're imperfect people. We've heard from any number of groups and people about what their wishes are. And I again want to applaud the community-based groups for their dedication and passion and their messaging. Your voices were heard loud and clear. And the individuals as well, some of whom spoke many times and were emphatic about, and very articulate, I might add as well, in helping I'll just say to educate us about the issues many of which I wasn't completely familiar with. We had one individual, Mr. Fong, already been referenced a few minutes ago, who made a statement that I find profound: "Don't let the perfect get in the way of good." So I think we have a very serviceable map. A year's worth of thought and analysis has gone into. I don't think more time or more information obtained sooner would materially affect the changes to a final map or to the final map. I'm satisfied with the process and pleased with the final map, and feel very privileged to be a part of the process and work with each and every one of you commissioners, as well as the vast support network that we've had. So I'm feeling really good about what we've done and in favor of moving forward with a yes vote. Thank you.
Commissioner Morales?
Yes, so I want to thank the community groups and organizations who worked diligently to bring the voices of residents to the meetings. You brought Los Angeles' diversity to the forefront of our conversations. You helped us understand communities of interest in a deeper way. To my fellow commissioners, we agreed, disagreed, vehemently disagreed with one another over the course of this past year, and we remained united in coming to our final conclusion. So even this is, on top of having different political orientations, I don't think that folks understand that we all come from different walks of life into this, to the commission itself, our backgrounds, our cultures. We remained civil in this process. And for that, I thank you. There are very few spaces where we can remain civil with one another, and I found it a pleasure to be in the commission as we had these very difficult conversations. And so I also want to make sure that, we give credit where credit is due. And so to Gayla and Holly, thank you for your hard work in keeping us oriented and in compliance. You've gone above and beyond your duties to ensure our process move forward in a timely manner. Ty, thank you for your hard work on the technical assistance. These last few weeks have been invaluable. I mean, you definitely are a rock star. Somebody should make t-shirts. I think somebody mentioned that before. Thank you to Preeti from ArcBridge and for the analysis and the maps, as well as Bruce Adelson for the legal advice. All of this information really helped to inform us in a way that to make some, really educated decisions in moving forward in some of these, maps. A reminder that the short time frame that we had has its roots in the delay of the release of the census data. And so when national politics play into the local, the end result is complexity. And this is a complexity that we had to deal with that was above our ability to control. What we did control was to get as much input, be as informed as possible to make the final decision here. And so I am going to express my support in this final map. And now, once we get this vote done and this meeting done, I could look forward to going back to the bane of my existence, which is helping my oldest son with algebra homework on a regular basis, which I do lovingly as possible. I also look forward to the regular saxophone practices during the evening hours, which I have not been a part of in a little while. So, but onward, let's move forward with this process here. Thank you.
Commissioner Overman?
Hey, thank you. The patience everybody has shown and the listening to the information and trying to create this map. In general, the map is good. The demon is always in the details. Where are the lines to be drawn? No line is 100% perfect, nor will it please 100% of the people. Nevertheless, these lines were created without any bias. So I do endorse the map as is. Thank you.
Commissioner Opadala-Segura?
Yes, thank you. I think this is a very monumental moment. We are the first independent commission to help draw district boundaries, and it's really with the feedback of the community. It wasn't an easy process. As my colleagues have said, it's not perfect, and I don't think any additional time we would have made a perfect map, because there's so many different opinions, but we did what we could, including feedback from the community, which is really how maps should be drawn. So with that, I just want to thank my colleagues for really sticking through this process and everyone else that has been involved. So it's been a fun journey, and I hope that our process and decisions can inform the next redistricting in 10 years. And I'm supportive of the map.
With that, all commissioners have had an opportunity to speak.
Then I say we vote.
Okay. So commissioners, please be prepared to unmute your mic. I will now take roll call. Commissioner Sider-Soto,
In support.
Commissioner Center,
Aye.
Commissioner Vento,
Yes.
Co-Chair Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner Wong,
I abstain.
Commissioner Franklin,
Yes.
Commissioner Holtzman,
Yes.
Commissioner Kenny,
Yes,
Co-Chair Maeda,
Aye.
Commissioner Mendoza,
An emphatic yes.
Commissioner Morales,
Yes.
Commissioner Obregon,
Yes.
Commissioner Okunela-Segura,
Having trouble with my mic here. That's a heck yes.
and Commissioner Haida-Soto.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Agenda item is on the report, I believe. Yes, discussion and potential approval of a resolution adopting our final report. Gayla, I assume there is a staff report on this.
Yes, I'm just going to pull it up, but I just want to make a comment. This is a tough act to follow. It was almost like you were having the celebration that we were done with the meeting. And in fact, we have two more agenda items. One is, now that you've approved the map, is to approve the resolution to approve the final report that accompanies the map. And then after that, you have the exciting activity of looking at the last 2 minutes and approving them. So the evening's not over. But I also want to share with you all and with the public that these commissioners not only are unpaid, but they have had more than 50 meetings during the course of the year, many in the last week. It's been a very condensed calendar and schedule, given a lot of the challenges, which I'll highlight again as I go through the report. I also just want to say I did walk you through the report on Sunday, and I want to thank all of the commissioners who provided some more insight, because I think it brought more value added to the report.